Hello inflatable fans, I hope you're all well. Got a new boat. It's in that dinky little bag, it's a Packraft. This is a bag that it came in. This was an absolute budget Packraft on Amazon and I took a punt on it. Largely because it said it was 420 denier tubes and 840 denier base. That's about the maximum you can get with a Packraft, and it's generally the elite brands like Amphibio and Alpaca, etc. that have those kind of quality deniers in their Packrafts. So I figured it was worth a go. 370 quid I paid for it. They're a little bit cheaper than that at the moment, but what amazed me were the bells and whistles. So it comes with this nice little carry bag with these little rucksack straps on. It's only a drawstring, so it's not going to be totally waterproof. But let me get everything out and I'll show you what's in the bag. We've got the boat itself with a nice little wraparound strap to keep it nice and neat. Inflatable seat. Both the boat and the seat have Boston valves like I've never seen before. They are perhaps the most robust Boston valves I've ever come across. Skeg, that was unexpected. You can actually see the skeg mount there. It's one of those like you get on Gumatex boats where you slide the skeg in from the front. Can you see that gap? You slide it in and then slide it back. So it's not a big skeg, but it will help you track straight. Then we've got a back band. This little bag of goodies. Patches, glue, there's a valve replacement thingy, there's, yeah, all sorts of little bits and pieces. That you've seen, and then I need to pan back. That is the biggest inflation sack I have ever come across. That is huge, and it's ripstop nylon. Can you see the little crosses in it, in the patterning? Ripstop nylon, absolutely amazing. Anyway, let's get this boat inflated. And there it is, fully inflated. I think you can see there, a bit of a rocker profile, front and rear. It does feel really tough, does this? It does feel like it's 420 denier, and that feels like it's 840. It's certainly thicker than some of the other Packrafts I've got that are lighter deniers. On the back there you can just see that skeg mount. Not going to be using that today. Let's start at the front like we normally do. Very shiny, isn't it? Very shiny. So you've got 4 tie-out points and they're quite forward on the prow, which means it could be quite easy to get a bike on there for a bit of bike rafting. This craft weighs about 2.5 to 3 kilos. I think it's about 2.7. I think I weighed everything in the orange bag and it came to 3.6 altogether, so not much weight at all. These D-rings, these are for the back band, and so is that little buckle there, and so are these if you choose to put the back band in. I'm probably not going to use that because I quite like leaning against the back of the boat. But what that also means is you've got 2 spare D-rings, you've got tie-out points at the back, you can put stuff behind you. Quite neat, right? Not a huge cockpit, but there is ample room in it. If I jump in, I mean I'm going to be getting in a minute on the water anyway, but if I'm sat right at the back now, if I put the back band in still, I'd be still sat here. And I can straighten my legs. So there's ample room. One of the things I've noticed is it doesn't have the big back, like big bulbous back like some Packrafts do. It's quite low profile, And just to mention again, these very robust looking Boston valves gives you the inflation on there, 1.5 psi, which is what I've inflated this today. Anyway, let's stop buggering about and let's get on the water and get it wet. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! This is a fun little boat. Turns on a sixpence. Now the first thing I noticed is I think I found out why you need that back band and why they've included it, because the front end of the boat is a little bit out of the water because all the weight's at the back, and because it doesn't have a big bulbous back end, it doesn't have that buoyancy at the back that most other Packrafts have. So that's just an observation I've made just from fanning about off just this net just now, so I think I do need to be just that little bit forward. But for the purposes of today's exercise, I'm going to move back. I'm going to sit, because this is one of the joys of pack rafting, is being able to just kind of lounge about in the boat a bit. They are nice for that. I think that back would provide adequate support without the band. I don't think I'd feel uncomfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable. But let's just go a little bit further and see how it goes, how it handles. Yeah, I've just been playing about with it a little bit there. I am going to head out onto the river just to see how it handles in the flow. There's about a mile-an-hour flow paddling into that. So let's just see what that's like. Alright, so I'm out of the cut. And my speedo is saying that I'm doing 2.1 miles an hour. Don't think that's too bad, to be honest, not for a pack raft. So it's holding steady at about 2.2, 2.3 miles an hour, which, as I say, is quite respectable for a pack raft. Don't know whether the skeg would make an awful lot of difference, but it'd be worth a try. So I've done about a quarter of a mile, and what I can tell you right off the bat is it needs that back band. This is alright, but this is a bit slouchy for paddling. That provides the support, but it needs that back band. Or plan B, let me just let a bit of air out of this seat. That might do it. So if I just, not that one, wriggle this big one till I'm almost on the bottom of the boat. I feel myself going down. Oh God, that's better. I feel a bit more snugged in. You know, sort of like in the hip area and so on, a bit more contact with the boat. Let me just try this again. God, that feels a lot better. Oh, that's better. I still think, in terms of that front end yawing about and being kind of out of the water quite high up, I still think I could do to be sat a bit further forward, and I think that band would make that happen. But other than that, this is quite good fun. I just wanted to get out, get this wet and get it tested, just to see what it was like. Like I say, I was especially impressed with the deniere of this. And what has been really impressive with ordering this is it's one of those boats where there's been no reviews on it on the Amazon site. And it'd been a while before I pulled the trigger. I just thought, shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I? I've been stung once this summer already by Tuk Tech. So yeah, I didn't want to kind of come a cropper again. However, I did it, and somewhat out of the blue, I got a message from the company saying, we've got your order, we're packing your boat and it'll be on its way soon. And they've just continuously messaged me, regardless of what Amazon have messaged me, the company themselves have messaged me to say what's going on with the boat and where it's at and so on. And I thought that was great, really good service. So I think it might be called Kaijing. I'll put it on the screen, I can't quite remember. But I've been really impressed. And this is going to be a fun little boat just for knocking about on. But I do need to try it again. I need to go out on it again. Won't be today, but I need to try it again with that back band, because I think it'll be a different experience. But this could turn out to be a good bike rafting boat, because with the weight of a bike on there, that would bring that nose down. Yeah, that could be useful. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I don't think I'd want to do much. I'd be quite happy to do some gentle bouncy water in this, grade 1, maybe a bit of grade 2, but I don't think I'd want to do much more than that. I think largely because I don't feel quite so supported at the back. But as I say, I haven't got the band in. I need to try it with a band. That's the summary, I think, of this review. Need to try it with a band. Is it a bargain? It bloody well is. As I say, I paid $370. I think they're going for $365 at the minute. And there's a light green one and then this kind of darker olive green one. Totally unbranded. And as far as packrafts go and robust packrafts go, yeah, this is up there. Might just need a little bit of tweaking in terms of setup. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to just poodle about a bit and get used to this. I'll put a link to this in the pinned comment and description so you can check it out if you want. Yeah. Alright, thanks so much for watching. You take care of yourself. You know what to do if you like what I'm doing on this channel in terms of liking, subscribing and all that jazz. Oh, my voice broke. You take care of yourself. Cheerio. So I've just got back and I've just shunted forward as though I've got that back band in place. And yeah, my feet are a lot further at the front. It feels like a better paddling position. Also, it's pushed the bow the bow down. Couldn't get the word out there. So the back band on this, definitely the way to go. I've just set up that back band, as you can see, and tell you what, when I get inside, now I know I'm not on the water, but this feels a lot more comfortable, and my feet feel like they're in a better position to be able to, you know, make contact with the boat and so on. So yeah, this is what I'll try out next time. That sits really nicely right in the small of your back, which is what you want, so that you've got a little bit of rock and flex from the hips. Yeah, this is the way forward.